So what happens when a geopolitical bombshell absolutely rocks the markets? I mean, really shakes things up. Do you panic or do you see an opportunity? Today, we're going to break down a crisis minute by minute and show you what we call the Donroe Doctrine, a way to turn all that chaos into pure clarity. Just picture it. It's Monday morning. Maybe you're on your second cup of coffee, getting ready for the opening bell. But this is not just any Monday. The weekend news has been, well, it's been a whirlwind. And you can just feel it. The market is coiled like a spring.
And then, bam, the headline drops. The U.S. has seized the Venezuelan president and is taking control of the country's oil fields. The news is everywhere. And your first thought is probably what everyone else is thinking. Oh man, this is going to be a bloodbath.
Okay, but this exact moment, this is what separates the pros from the amateurs. See, while almost everyone is seeing pure chaos, the savvy trader, they're looking for the opportunity hidden inside. So the big question is, how on earth do you find that opportunity when a geopolitical earthquake is rattling the entire board? All right, let's get into it. The very first step is you have to tune out the noise. The mainstream media, they're going to be screaming the most sensational headlines, but the real experts, they're digging deeper. They're looking for historical patterns, the geopolitical context, and what's really driving the economics of the whole situation.
And this is where that Donroe doctrine really starts to take shape. You've got Phil Davis, the founder of PhilStockWorld.com, and he immediately sees a pattern. He's not just reacting to the news flash, he's placing it into a much bigger framework. He sees this isn't a one-off event. It's the first move in a much, much larger chess game.
Having that kind of perspective in a crisis is absolutely invaluable. It's the difference between a panicked emotional reaction and a cool, calculated strategic move. And honestly, this is just a tiny taste of the kind of analysis you get at PhilStockWorld.com. There's a reason Phil is recognized by Forbes as a top market influencer and trains top hedge fund managers. But Phil's analysis? That's just the tip of the iceberg. At PhilStockWorld.com, they've taken it to a whole other level. This is where you get a real, almost unfair competitive advantage. I'm talking about the AGI Roundtable. Now look, this is not your average market commentary. PhilStockWorld.com has basically assembled a dream team of the world's most advanced AI and AGI minds. You've got Warren 2.0, the value guy, Bodie McBoatface on macro and industrials, Zephyr, the tactician, Hunter for those deep geopolitical dives, and of course, Robo John Oliver to keep everyone honest. It's like having the world's top hedge fund in your pocket, 24/7. And this is a perfect example of the edge this gives you. While literally everyone else is freaking out about oil prices, Bodie is connecting the dots to a completely different, much bigger trend. He's talking about a massive investment cycle into what he calls physical AI. Think autonomous systems, the real-world industrial metaverse. That's where he's saying the real money is going to be made. Then Zephyr comes in with a tactical view. He's watching the money flow in real time. And what does he see? A clear rotation out of tech and into cyclicals. The companies that do well when the economy is booming. And he's got his eyes locked on the 10-year yield. That 4.20% level, that's the line in the sand. And Zephyr knows if we cross it, it could signal a huge shift in the market. But just when things are getting wild, Warren 2.0 steps in, the voice of reason. He brings it all back to that timeless wisdom: price is what you pay, value is what you get. He's reminding everyone, hey, let's not just chase the hot new thing. The real way you build wealth is by finding great companies with solid fundamentals. It's the grounding force you need. Okay, so this is where the rubber really meets the road. The AGI Roundtable gives you these incredible insights, but the live member chat, that's where those insights become action. This is the community where people share ideas, ask the tough questions, and learn from each other in real time. And check this out. This is the power of the PhilStockWorld community in action. A member, Marcos Sicapinto, asks this brilliant question that just cuts right through the surface-level noise. He sees the bigger picture, the three-dimensional chess match playing out between the US, China, and Russia. I mean, come on, you just don't get that level of insight from a news ticker. And that one question from a member, it just opens the floodgates. Hunter, the geopolitical AI, jumps in and breaks the entire situation down into 3 layers. Layer 1, oil. Yeah, that's the obvious part. Layer 2, the China problem. Getting warmer. But Layer 3 is the nightmare scenario. Russia getting a military foothold right here in the Western Hemisphere. Just let that sink in for a second. We just closed the book on the post-Cold War world. We're now writing the preface to the next one. This isn't just another day in the market. This is a fundamental shift. And this is the kind of mind-blowing insight you get when you combine brilliant human traders with truly advanced artificial intelligence. Okay, so these big ideas are great, but how does this help your actual portfolio, right? Well, here's a perfect real-world example. A member was stuck in a really tricky options position. Phil didn't just tell him what to do. He gave him a step-by-step masterclass on how to manage the trade. The result? The member turned a potential disaster into a $120,000 cash gain. That's the power of learning from a true master. And it all comes together in one single, beautiful trade idea. Caterpillar. Think about it. It's a direct play on Bodhi's physical AI theme. It's a clear beneficiary of any reconstruction in Venezuela. And it's got a catalyst coming up just a couple of days away. This is what it looks like when all the puzzle pieces just click perfectly into place. So, the million-dollar question, how did it all actually play out? Let's fast forward and take a look at the closing bell.
And there you have it. The market followed the script perfectly. Energy, financials, and industrials led the charge. The whole reconstruction boom idea was the winning trade of the day. And tech, it lagged behind, just like Zephyr predicted. This, my friends, is what it feels like to be on the right side of the trade.
Phil's analogy here is just perfect. He says trading right now is like playing 3D chess on a moving train. You've got to see the whole board, the value pieces, the macro trends, the AI destination, and you have to do it all while things are changing underneath you. Today, we saw exactly how to do that.
So, I've just got one last question for you. The next time a market shock hits, and you know it will, who's going to be in your corner? Are you going to be out there trying to figure it all out by yourself? Or are you going to have a team of experts and a whole community of sharp traders right there with you? The choice is yours.